Happy Monday. This is Onna Lo, Dr. Onna Lo, specialist in reversing stress and burnout with functional medicine and vitality mindset coaching. Recently, I gave a intention setting workshop for 2025, and here's a recap I want to share with you. Whether you are feeling that you've been stretched in the last year, or feeling challenged, or feeling low resource, or you simply just want to have more empowerment to have the tools to get you ready for this upcoming year. Uh, these are some tools that could be very simple and very helpful for you. There's just a few key points that I share today for you. First of all, um, I just want you to take a time to reflect. It is so important often for us to prompt ourselves in reflection. And for you, I would start by actually asking yourself, what were the biggest challenge for you that you faced in the last 12 months? Write that down, right? Whether it's personal, whether it's professional, whether it's interpersonal, whether it's health, whether it's aging, whether it's aging parents, whether it's changing situations, or whether it's raising children at different ages. Take a moment and really acknowledge and respect that you have challenges and they were hard, and take the time to actually listen and call them out. Oftentimes, when we're in a fight or flight state, it's because we're actually in stress and we just don't recognize and acknowledge it. And until we actually can acknowledge that we're in pain, we're in fear, we're in discomfort, our fight or flight will not actually lower itself. So, even just the first step of taking the time, looking back and say, these are the challenges. I'm past it, or I'm still going through it, but at least I'm in recognition rather than just blind flight or blind fight. It's super important. So write that down, your top challenges. Number two, I'd like to invite you to write down what are some strengths? What are some key lessons that has come into your strength so that you overcame some of these challenges? Oftentimes, the same way we acknowledge our challenges and hardship, being able to recognize and honor and respect that we've got grit, we've got juice, we've got things to make us better and make us get over these hardship is also what makes us feel empowered, makes us feel resilient, and remind us that we don't have to stay in the I don't have enough, things are scarce. To remember that human ingenuity and human strength, your own personal strength that you've experienced, can be very powerful healing medicine. So take the time, pause this video if you need to write down 3 things that is immensely worth recognizing as your strength. Number 3, write down what is the top values that you brought to the table for yourself in the last 12 months. Sure, there's challenges, sure, there's difficulties, sure, just ugly moments that you weren't probably proud of yourself, how you showed up. But even just in recognizing who you truly are and the values that matter for you, right? The true north, that compass inside you. So take the time right now, pause the video and write down the few values, whether it's the way you interact with people, whether it's the way you act towards your job, act towards your work, no matter how hard or how challenging or how alone you feel. Take the time to really just give yourself that space to recognize that. So now with these 3 really amazing values, right? Your challenges, your strengths, and your values, I would love for you to close your eyes and come into a quiet place and imagine, or even just feel what those strengths, especially strengths and value, feels like in your body, because you've lived through them. Our body, once we've actually wired it with our neurons, because we fired it, we've experienced it in our lives. Our brain has this amazing ability, because it's got this big frontal lobe, to create the same pharmacy for us to re-experience it, right? Just like how I asked you to taste a lemon, close your eyes, think about that juicy yellow lemon that you're going to bite into. You're going to feel that sour taste almost in your mouth and puckered lips. So, in the same way, I'm inviting you to close your eyes and experience your strength and experience your values in your body, in your physiology. Ask yourself how it feels in your body. How would you hold your posture? How would your facial expression be? What would you sound like? What would your hand gesture be? What would you be wearing? How would you be? Is there a music that comes in when you're actually showing up in those values? What's your song? So take a time to really activate that through your own personal memory and experience, because it is so within our control to activate these important brain experience and emotional experience through our neurochemistries. Now, finally, the most important part to this exercise, which is about the intention setting of 2025, is I'd love for you to take a moment and ask yourself, if you get to feel a certain positive feeling for the rest of 2025, especially every day, if you could feel a very special positive emotion or feeling every day for 2025, what would it be? Go into your heart and think about that. For some people, it could be joy. For some people, it could be peace. For some people, it could be health, vitality, freedom. It could be so many different things. You can have a few words that comes out and play with them, but start with just one. And if you are having trouble, we can warm up with you just using the word joy. If you have more joy every day in 2025, what would that feel like? And from there, what are some experiences of that feeling like joy for you in the last, few months that you can think about it? Is it going out and giggling with some silly joke? Is it being out in nature? Is it being by the water? Is it having a moment when no one disturbed you and you got to just be at home by yourself and cozy and quiet? Or is it achieving a certain kind of um, experience that you have wanted and you finally got it and you're experiencing that? And from that experience, again, recognize how your internal pharmacy, almost just like coding, it's creating these chemicals, just like activating that lemon imagery and that lemon experience in your physiology. Take a moment and recognize what those experiences are that brings this feeling to you. And now the final piece is think about what's one action you can do. What's one action you can do starting tomorrow and every day that can invoke more of that feeling every day for you, so that at the end of 2025, you could say to yourself, wow, I've predominantly filled my days with this feeling that I desire. What is that one action? So that's it. That's a little recap of my workshop for you. I'd love for you to share your feedback with me. If you can, email me, open up your email account, go into type to Onna at onnalomd.com with an OONNA at onnalomd.com, and write down your word that you'd like to feel more of. What's the experience and what's the action that you're going to take more frequently in 2025 so you can feel that word or feel that feeling more regularly? And finally, what is the support you need? What is the support you need that you can ask in any way that would support you to achieve that? Write that to me so that I can be of your witness. So it's a part of your momentum, right? When we actually get the work done and we actually take the time and we communicate to the world, we are sending out that intention. And when we have the feeling that we're feeling, we're actually attracting. When we're just staying in the feeling, being clear, we're creating this magnetic field that attracts those realities. So take the action, write me the email, send me those 3 things so that I can see and witness for you, but also understand how to support you even more in the upcoming year with more workshops that support you with your vitality and your well-being, and so you can have more joy, more impact, more freedom, more ease. And once again, I am happy to see you today and thank you for joining. And I would look forward to your response.